Hey there, it's September and I want to take you on a tour of the chef's garden. So come along. So today is September 26th and the chef's garden is looking amazing. I am so proud of it. This is walking into the garden from the restaurant side of things, and I'll give you a little pano how things are still so full and plush. I'm really happy. You can see going into the tunnels how good the loofah did this year. I mean, here's a little bumble. You see? Oh, didn't want to be photographed. Oh, I'm ducking down because these loofah are hitting me in the head. I mean, look at this tunnel. So there are small pumpkins in here, as well as the loofah. We've harvested beans in here, and we have a few more of the Chinese red noodle bean poking through. You can see the little pumpkins there. There's another one over here. It's kind of stuck on the other side of the tunnel, so it's not hanging, but this is entering into the second tunnel, and this one is the one that has about 60 loofah hanging. I counted them, couldn't believe it, how good the loofah did for us this year. And it's just so fun, so unique. The kids love running through here. I mean, you can see them. There's even some on the ground and on the outside hanging. But when you look this way, well, the sun is not really letting you see that, but they're just everywhere. So I take you around to the 4 raised bed kitchen gardens. Cherry tomatoes, rainbow chard, peppers, purple basil, marigolds, parsley, zucchini down there at the end. It's having a second flush right now. It was looking a little dreary at one point, but we cut way back and took the cucumbers, which died out. You can kind of see the remnants of that. Died out pretty early, but it allowed the rest of this, which was underneath, to really come back strong. So I'll take you back through the tunnel. I think that's a better way to go, to give you an idea of what's happening here. But we'll start up here at the front where the kale and the basil are. It's doing really well. The basil is. The kale has gotten a little bit of pest pressure, but we're still harvesting off of that. And you can see the perennial flower border up here. The hollyhocks are coming back, and the dahlias, which were a little bit hidden by all of the flowers, the black-eyed Susans, are now able to get the sunlight that it needs, but they're starting to come into their full glory, which is exciting this late in the season. Here we have cabbage, and the tomatoes are doing really well. We harvested those today, so there's not a lot of red ones left, but that's a big one. And red verbena bonariensis. some turnips here that are doing really well. Look at those. I love pickled turnips. And then on this small trellis is cherry tomatoes and the cucamelons, which are so fun. Here is the shishito peppers and hot peppers. The eggplant was really suffering most of the season, but has come back really strong. And we harvested off of that today, so not seeing a lot on the plants, but we took a whole basket full up. And then the Swiss chard and bell peppers here. And then the zinnias are just a pollinator haven, along with the Verbena bonariensis here. And then the butterfly pea are doing so well. Look at those. Oh, so beautiful. So we have the violet, the dark blue. I don't know if you can see that up there. And the white. So beautiful. I'll back up here, show you the broccoli that really hasn't done anything. Zone 6 is just not the best for broccoli, but the foliage is looking good as we're going into more colder weather, so I'm just going to let that go and see if it does anything. Here we have the backside, or the outside of the first tunnel. And then, of course, Flo, looking so, what am I trying to say? Majestic? Yes. Here we have the outside of the second tunnel, and if you see all those yellow flowers, those are the loofah flower, which was such a bonus. I was not expecting that, but it's they are really pollinator popular as well. Here we have a lot of patty pan squash doing really well. I haven't had a lot of squash bug vine borer pressure this year, which is a welcomed treat, but you can see we've got the white there, and I think there's some yellow over here. Maybe I'm just seeing the flower, but the white back there, and those beautiful blossoms. Here we have more broccoli romanesco that has not done anything, as well as some Brussels sprouts. And then this trellis is our butternut squash, which has been doing really well. It really likes being in this spot. This is where we have planted our tomatoes the past 3 years, but we switched those this year and did the butternut squash on it, and that was a good move. It was time to move the tomatoes. We typically do a 3-year rotation on everything. Here you can get a better look of all those butternut squash. In here we have just different varieties of little squash, and I don't know if we have any. No, there's some more butternut there that has creeped out onto the ground. But we did have the zucchini rampicante in there as well, but I'm not seeing any of that left. Here we have the asparagus that's gone to seed. We'll let that do that until later in the fall when it turns all brown, and then we'll cut that down to the ground. And our last bed here is our strawberry patch, which has had a second flush. We're getting strawberries again, which is always a welcomed treat. And then our last row here is poblano, as well as Jimmy Nardello peppers and parsley in the front. And this patch was where we had the baby teepees with the beans and the tomatoes, and those finished out, and we just closed things up. A few little random honey nut, butternut squash hanging there, but closed that up. And then we have another row of the patty pan scallop squash here. There's some cute ones in here, actually. There's a cute one. They're so fun. I just like cutting them in quarters and with some butter, salt and pepper. Yummy. Then we have the celeriac, flanked by beautiful zinnia and marigold. Celeriac is doing well. We're going to be taking this up to the kitchen soon. Look how big that is. There, a whole row of it with the beets in front. Brussels sprouts, a row that we've closed up for the season. Got borage here in the front. That's making a second appearance. It died back, and when it started to get a little cooler, it came back. So there you have it. September 26th in the chef garden. What's growing, what's not growing, what's doing well, what's not doing so well, but overall, a beautiful, beautiful showing of where we're at going into October. I'm very happy.